Well, first of all, we're blessed and very fortunate. My hat's off to our players for a job well done. And Selection Sunday to me is one of the greatest days of the year. I still remember as a kid writing all the names down and before computers, and there's a sense of anxiety to hear your name called. And it's a day that personally I never take for granted. And I hope none of our players do. You know, we're one of two teams in the last 3 years to be in the field of 64. Iowa's being the other in this league. Michigan State was in the play-in game and got beat in one of the 68, but we're one of two. That's pretty hard to do. And so I hope we don't ever take this for granted. I know I don't, and I can't tell you how excited I am for our players. I don't know a lot about Arkansas. No, Muss does a terrific job. We saw them briefly a year ago at an event in Kansas City, but a very different team. So we'll dive into them. You know, arguably, you know, when you're in the 8-9, 7, 8, 9, 10, you see a lot of the power conference teams there that just beat up on each other. The Big Ten's the best league in the country, in my opinion. It has been for some time. I feel like that playing in this conference definitely helps prepare you for the postseason. You know, I thought that our non-conference schedule with Virginia, Texas, and UCLA gave us a good sampling of what was outside the Big Ten. So it's nice to have our team back. You know, people forget we played 2 games without Terrence late in the year, and we played 2 games without our starting point guard. And so it's nice to have go into this thing healthy, but you got to play very hard. It's a 1 game or go home, and you got to play extremely against an extremely good opponent, and you've got to be at your best and on that day. And so we'll work towards that here in the next couple days. But the most important thing is to be grateful and very appreciative of the opportunity that's presented. I am going to mention, because I think they had a hell of a year. I thought Rutgers should have been in. I don't know what all went into that, but you know, that would have given us 9. And you know, you project out ahead, and you got USC and UCLA both in as well. So shows what's coming for the Big Ten Conference in the future. But you know, my thoughts are off to Pike and his group, because they had a great year, and don't know what was behind that. So, but looking forward to Thursday.
Okay, questions for the players?
Coleman, just what was your reaction watching this for the 3rd time and getting in? And what did you learn last year about playing in these big games?
Yeah, at first I was just kind of upset we weren't in Sacramento. I wish we were in Sacramento, but I mean, I was just happy to see our name.
That's a really selfish thing. I mean, we want to be in Sacramento, and our fans are in, you know, you travel to Des Moines.
Sorry, but it's been a while.
I got
I've
you.
been home a couple months, so. But yeah, I was just happy to see us up there. You know, I know the guys were super excited. You know, we've had some guys a part of this thing, and some guys who have no clue, you know, what's next, what's coming. So yeah, I was super excited to see our name up there, and you know, I just learned that, you know, everything counts. You know, down to every minute detail. You know, anything can matter. And it's always just it's a different outcome than everyone always expects. You know, there's so many different outcomes, and yeah, you just got to go out, play hard, play as hard as you can, and just be the best version of yourself that night, and just focus on that game and not get ahead of yourselves, and yeah, so I'm excited.
Terrence, you have, both of you guys actually have some NCAA tournament experience, but you have a lot of guys on your team who do not have NCAA tournament experience. How do you help them through that, this week of preparation and the games when they come?
Me or come?
Well, either one, you can start.
Just honestly, just treating it like another game, so they have no pressure. We all worked so hard in the summer and so hard to get to this position and put ourselves in this position. So we just go out and play our game. But like Coleman said, every detail matters. So just following the game plan and just listening like we've been doing all season. We don't want to make it too complicated for ourselves just because it's March Madness. It just means more because if you lose, you actually go home for good.
Yeah, to add on to that, yeah, I mean, like I said, just going out and focusing on the game that you're playing in, not getting ahead of yourself, and playing as hard as you can. And I think sometimes during the season, you kind of get stuck going through the motions, but you can't do that, when you're here now. It's everything matters, so. Just getting the message across that we got to go as hard as we can every day, and not take the opportunity for granted. Just go out and want to win. Really have the desire to just want to go win it all. So.
Andy?
Yes, for both of you guys, how do you feel like you guys have responded the last couple days after the Big Ten tournament, kind of how the season's kind of ended?
I feel like we responded well. We had the last couple of days been pretty good for us. People have been getting back in the gym. Just waiting for today to see who we played against. But I feel like we responded well. Like Coach said, he felt like we played good enough to win against Penn State. The guys that hasn't been in the NCAA tournament before, they know how it feels to get sent home now. And we want to prevent that going into Thursday.
Yeah, I think kind of just learning from the tournament. I think we haven't really had like a true response as far as I think it's really we kind of just let our emotions get to us because obviously we were all upset, and then but we knew that we had another shot. So kind of just staying not too high, not too low, just preparing for, and waiting to see who we play. So I think it's been good for us to kind of just not really chill, but kind of get in the gym a little bit, kind of just touch up on things. And yeah, just kind of preparing for this first round here in the tournament. So.
Yeah, for Terrence, what's the kind of the overall attitude of the team heading into the postseason? Do you feel like, does the team feel like you still have something to prove and want to make a long run in the tournament?
Yes, I feel like we got a lot to prove. Even when we got our name called, I think Jay Wright said he had Arkansas over us. So there's just already a chip that we got on our shoulder, just proving people that we belong here.
Scott here in front. Oh,
I guess for both of you, I mean, with the idea of maybe teams wanting to be at their best at this time of year, what's that look like for you guys? What do you think you do that's Illinois basketball at its best?
Yeah, I think sharing the ball and getting open shots and making those shots when it's your time to step up there and shoot it. I think a lot of times shot selection is a big thing for us as well. Like I said, just getting the perfect shot because possessions are going to matter a whole bunch here in this tournament and defending well. Flying around, playing extremely hard on defense. We had a top 15 defense during Big Ten play, and I think we were playing really well then. And yeah, just playing together, I think, is a big part of when we're at our best, and everybody connected. I think when we're connected, we're one of the best teams in the country. So, yeah.
anything else for the players? All right.